What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I got the heater going because it's cold out here. I hope you can hear me all right. I've got grease all over my face, all over my arms, and I'm working on replacing the exhaust, or part of the exhaust. The previous owner put a new Y pipe on here, which comes from your turbo, comes back to the Ys out to both stacks, but he did not replace the piece that goes from the Y pipe to the driver's side stack over there. That's what I have laying on the ground right here. As you can see, I don't know why they didn't replace this, but it is completely rusted out. As you can see, I had to cut this. This is one of those jobs that requires a whole lot of heat and beat. I beat on it till I drove my pry bar slammed through the center of it, as you can see, because it would not separate from the end. I wound up cutting this end off down here. I've got a new piece of flex here and a new pipe up under it. And as I say, this here was in the up pipe, the elbow right here, but on the other side, I'll take you around there and show you in just a second. But this here slips up in there, and you got a clamp right there, but they rust together and can't get it apart. I heated and beat it and heated and beat it, and finally it just ripped the pipe apart right there from beating on it so much. And then I had to get up on top of the fuel tank and saw this in two with a Sawzall, and then kind of continue to peel it out of there with a screwdriver. It's taken me over 3 hours to get this crap out of here. It looks real simple, like you just unbolt 2 clamps and get it apart, but I assure you it does not work that way. Any of you who've ever messed with exhaust pipes, you know what I'm talking about, stuff that's rusted up like this. But it would save me a lot of time if they would have went ahead and replaced that. You see it's rusted through on the bottom too. But I'm gonna carry you up under the bottom, up under here, so you can see more about what's going on. Y'all haven't seen up under the truck yet either, so we're gonna go up under here. Oh, yeehaw! Isn't this fun? I'll get turned around here in a minute. Okay, here we are. We're up on top of the drive shaft here. As you can see, this is the drive shaft. We're pointed towards the back of the truck. This is a brand new Y pipe that they got on here. It runs behind my head over here. As you can see, up towards the engine up there. So he's got a new Y pipe on here. It Ys out, it goes to this stack over here on the passenger side. This goes to the driver's side over here. You have a piece of flex that goes in between here and then that big elbow, and it goes over there into that stack. The problem is you only have about 8 inches between the frame, maybe 10, to the bottom of the cab here, and you can't get to anything. And of course, it's all dirty up under here and all rusted up. And you can see where it goes over there over top of the fuel tank. You got to get your head up in there, turn your head sideways, and prise that out of there with a screwdriver. I would have took the elbow off the muffler, but it won't come apart either. But it's in good shape, and if I try to get it apart, it's not going to be in good shape. And that one elbow is like 200 bucks. I've spent like 300 and I forget if it was $335 or $355 for that piece of flex and that piece of 5-inch pipe right there and 2 clamps. He has 2 decent clamps. I think I'm going to use one of the best one of them. I should have bought 3 clamps, but oh well. I'll use one of those. Those are pretty good. Get out from under here and see about getting the rest of this put back on. So anyway, like I say, this one of these jobs is real simple in theory, but actually going about doing it, not so much. You have a U-bolt that goes across this, and I'm not going to worry about these heat shields a whole lot because whoever put the other one on over here, it doesn't have any heat shields over here either, and it looks like it's far enough away from the airbag. I don't see that being a problem. You get about a good 6 inches there across on clearance. on everything, and the other side's the exact same way, so I don't see that being an issue. So I'm probably not going to put them back on there. I'll show you over here how it goes. You can see, like I say, I was going to try to take this apart, but it's all equally as froze up in there, and there's no holes in this pipe, and I'll probably destroy this pipe and the muffler if I try to take it apart. And if I don't have to, I'm not going to. So I hope that I can get that other pipe to go back up in there. As I say, I've been all up under there, and I had to take that Sawzall, cut that piece in here, and then take a screwdriver and try to chisel all that mess out of there. And hopefully that pipe will slide up in there without a whole lot of trouble. At least I hope. I'm not 100% sure yet. But we're going to see. I'm going to get back up under there and see how she goes. Alright guys, I finally got the new one on there. It didn't take but about an hour to get the old one, or the new one back on there. It took considerably longer to get the old one off, which is normal with exhaust stuff because it don't want to come apart. And I thought I'd show y'all guys a tip with this piece of flex here that I got. If you decide to tackle a job like this yourself and try to, this stuff pulls apart obviously, and it pushes together kind of like a slinky or accordion or something. And when you put it on there, you don't want it all the way pulled apart or all the way pushed together, because it won't flex and do what it needs to do. You want it kind of somewhere in the middle. That way it's got where it can bend and whatnot. If you push it all the way together, it can't bend. If you pull it all the way apart, it can't bend and flex like it's supposed to. So you just want it somewhere in the middle right there. Doesn't have to be exact, just, you know, you don't want it at one extreme or the other extreme. But anyway, throw that over there. I don't guess I need it. And I'll show you guys the finished product here that I got going on. Light on. So you can see the brand new Y pipe right here on this side they got on there. And then up under there, you see the brand new piece that I just put on there with a new piece of flex and everything. And I'll take you around to the other side, show you what it looks like from there. I still got to reclaim my pry bar from the old piece of pipe there where I beat it through. You see the new piece right there? I got it on there. I don't know if you can tell or not, but there's a clamp right. Yeah, you can see it right there. It's a U-bolt style clamp that holds that pipe to the frame, or the bracket on the frame, to keep it from vibrating and moving around. There's plenty of clearance between here and that airbag right there. That's not going to be an issue. I'm not going to worry with those heat shields. There's not any on the other side. It's the same amount of clearance, so I don't believe it's going to make much difference. Alright guys, I figured I'd show y'all a few other small things I'm working on, as well as show you this battery box here that I had not showed, I talked about. This is for the electric APU, and it has 4 more batteries you can put over here, and you can see the ground right here for it, and the hot wire. One of these hot wires comes for the alternator, and one goes to the other, just runs to the other side of the batteries over there. And they just got this jumper together right here because obviously there's no batteries here on this side. So that's all that is right there, and you really need 2 hands to do that, but we got it done. I just got a little slop in it right there, and need to fix that. I've got to do something with this bumper here, replace these trim pieces. This bumper, I've been working on it. It's not in the best shape. It was coming apart, and I glued it back together with some of that bonded adhesive, panel bonded adhesive I got over there and whatnot. I don't want to spend the money on like a stainless bumper or anything, because those are about $1,000. Plus, if you want to put a grill guard and everything on here, you can spend another $700 or $800 to $1,000 on one of those. So I don't want to spend that money on that until I know if the truck's even going to go, you know, haul loads and go down the road. So I'm just fixing that. I probably will go ahead. That looks pretty tacky the way that is with that peeling off. I think you can get those pieces for maybe $150 or something. So I'll probably go ahead and do that. And I did not have any cab lights on the back here for load lights, which is this right here. and then they had one on each side. Supposedly this one was like this. There was nothing there because the mount up there, the bar is broke off. See where the black bar is on the other side? And there was a light over there, but it didn't have a bulb in it. I stuck that one up there because I had it. It's what I ordered 4 of them when I did the ones on my gooseneck trailer. So I just stuck one of those up there. I'm not sure if I'm going to leave that like that or not. But I've got to get another bar like that to go over here, and I may mount one on each side like that. My other truck had them on the headache rack, and the problem with that is it just lights up the front of your load. So if you're say you need to tarp a load at night, strap or tarp a load at night, you can only see the front of the trailer. So I'm trying to get them out wider so that it shine down the side of the trailer is what I'm attempting to do with that, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna leave it like that or not. So anyway, but as I say, I could not get any of that to work, and what I found was they actually were unplugged in here. This wire right here is that goes to the cab backup cab lights right there, and they were actually unplugged. So I don't know why it was unplugged, but it wasn't like it just came unplugged, because it was folded around over here and stuck back over here. So I don't know what was up with that, but anyway, that's what the issue was with that. So that's a few issues. Of course, fixed numerous air leaks. I still got a few to go, and I've got the catwalk off back here because I'm getting ready to paint the frame, and I'm going to do that in a separate video of the process of what I've done so far and what I'm going to do and all that. So that'll be in a separate video. But we got all the lights down the sides working on everything, I believe. Turn those on, you can see down each side what that's looking like. And we'll crank this thing up, see what it sounds like. We got the exhaust fixed on it. Can't let it run too long because we're in a closed up shop. show you guys these air fittings I'm replacing. I replaced these two here on the bottom. They're quick connect. These two here, they didn't have these in quick connect. These are the regular style. It's a little trick to getting these on there. You got to put the back one in first and then leave it pointed like straight up, and then put your second one in here and get it where you want it, and then you can rotate this other one down kind of to where it needs to go there. That's how I had to do it to get enough clearance there. Replace these two up here. These two are not leaking yet, but I'll probably go ahead and replace them as well. I've replaced two of these quick connects right here. See there, they were leaking. That's the bad thing about those quick connects. They just go to leaking and can get you in a bad situation, especially on this brake valve right here. On my old truck, they started leaking. I was losing air every time they hit the brakes, and it was one of these two right here. I don't remember which one. Was just blowing air out, and when I'd come to a stop and mash the brake pedal and I start losing air pressure, so I knew it was coming somewhere, and so that's what I found it out to be, is these right here. So this one here was fine, but I want to go ahead and replace them because I don't want to be in that situation again. So anyway, thought I'd throw that in there. I've replaced some more fittings here, there, and yonder as I find them leaking and whatnot. But I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this video up, and probably the next video we'll look at see what we got to do about painting this frame and whatnot. I sprayed it down again, letting it soak. This stuff that kills the rust. I'll show that more in detail, like I say, in the video that I got coming up, or will have coming up for this when I get a chance to get it done. So anyway, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys in the next video.